So we'll say all praises to the Most High, YAH and His Son Jesus Christ. I wanted to put this up here today and do this live for a reason. It's to help other individuals that need to hear other people with experiences, certain aspects that'll protect them as much as they can next to the Word of God. And that should be in your own personal use, okay? When you're dealing with the Most High, keep it at home, keep it within yourself. This here might be a little mild, might be a little disrespectful, might curse once in a blue, but sometimes we all dealing with certain things that we got to overcome. So I'm gonna put this in this specific form for a reason. Give me a minute. Now, when I'm stating trust nobody, I'm saying it in an honest way, and I'm being honest and real. I think you should take this to heart, especially those men that are struggling out here, dealing with low life people, and what I mean by low life, meaning having no humanity or spiritual settings within their own life and walk. They're still dealing with people who are dealing with major trauma and still living abnormal. Now, when you get to that point where you're not trusting anyone, okay, that means it's some form of protection over you from whatever danger that is hidden. I think it's something that you should take serious while you are here, especially in this country. There are people that will take funds, finances, coins, whatever you want to call it, just like during ancient time, to deceive people, to get you to pay attention to the falsehood and follow it. Okay. Many people are here fighting left and right. Although scriptures state that those who seek to save their life will eventually lose it. Okay. And vice versa. When you're walking in complete love and honesty, no matter if you don't trust people, but you're still walking in love, right? And you're moving honestly, and people are deceiving you day and night, okay? Lying to you, using you, manipulating you, trading on you, being disloyal. Make sure that you protect yourself by trusting less people. You can't trust everybody. That's the only way and means of survival out here. Because if you do trust people, you better beware that you're going to fall victim of something. Trust me. And it's not going to be safe. Okay? There are people that use women to set people up, to cause problems in other men's life that they consider, they think that's weak or unintelligent or unaware because of their financial means. Okay, there's some sick people out here, and you don't want to be smiling, giggling, and laughing, and falling victim to serious stuff. Yeah. Some people go into certain forms of lifestyles that they didn't ask for, or that they didn't, they was unaware that this would happen. Another thing that kills me is people, God, here, of certain religious sects think that their life is you're living good. That means God blesses you. Let me tell you something. It depends on the things that you need, not what you want. The things that you need. If you're going around here with the things that you need and want, right, and you think that that's a blessing, majority of the time, it's vanity or things that you want that some of us even hide. Okay, the fact that they're suffering when they have majority of the stuff that they want, not what they need. If you one of those individuals, or you come across people that they have all that they want, right, and they get angry with you because you might have touched something that they had, that's expensive, or an item that they cherish every single day, right? Give me a minute. And they violently or do something to you because you touch their item, or start acting out of character, or start doing things that they know that's going to disrespect you and right in your face. Those are the people you got to watch out for. Don't trust them. Okay? Don't trust them. I guarantee you. Don't do nothing in retaliation. Nothing at all. Always wait and sit back and observe people. Because they will eventually do something to destroy themselves or the relationship that you have with, with this personal people. Okay? That's when you'll see a snake in the mist, because people sometimes come in the form of, how can I say this? If you're in need of something, they come swift. They come swift, honest, quiet, slick, smooth. Okay? And you got to be real careful how you trust people, especially if you don't know them very well. I've watched people with a good, sincere heart. As an example, one person I know, he turned around and he ends up, I think more than a year or two later, I think it was a year, he ends up paying majority of her college tuition. Okay. Now this individual, I give it to him, he has a good heart and this and that, but then he turned around and made an ass out of himself. And what happened in the end? He goes over to meet her at her house again. But he wanted to show up, as a surprise, because he wanted to give her something. Turned around and knocked on the door. And as he goes to the door, she must have was in the bathroom or something. The guy opens the door up. And he walks in, and her having words as she's coming out of the bathroom or whatever she was doing. And he asking her, what is this? Such and such. You gotta trust nobody when it comes to your own personal, your organ at that, your heart. Because if you allow someone into it that didn't create it, and sometimes you even gonna watch that. And what I'm saying is a human being. The only source you should trust is YAH, the Most High. Trust that, because if you you walk in this earth or this planet thinking that everybody that you down with or surrounding you is really for you and your personal walk in life, you're gonna find yourself really, really standing by yourself. You know why? Some of us are really sitting around here walking with fake love in our damn mind and heart. It's fake. Because if it takes a material item or money for you to love somebody, this planet is already in trouble. Seriously. Be careful. Not everyone is who they say they are. You can observe that every day. People rather have love and support for their friends more than their own children, or they have time for a corporation or a gang or organization. Okay. To give their love and support, even their lifeline. They cut their wrists just to be a part of something. And when you really giving your life to 2 or 3 people because of some shit that they get into or that the group get into, this is what you put your trust into. So you cannot complain when the people that you are putting your trust into do you in the end. I can't really believe that there's so much betrayal amongst people of different kinds of races, even their own. I know that. I'm not gonna sit here just because I said on another video that you should love and stick to your own, that there isn't some dishonesty and disloyalty into my own as well. I'm not stupid. But then you only find this out or respect it because it hits so hard when you really go through it. Then you really take note of the shit. Because people can tell you things all day, that don't mean shit. But if you don't have no damn experiences that you're living off, that's a different walk. Some people put titles and names on themselves and just getting in the door. You gotta really think about that. They just getting in the door of the things that they call themselves. Some people marry things to get into a door. Okay, and then forever think that they're gonna easily get away from something, or someone else is too stupid to not realize what's taking place. Another thing about believing and putting your faith in YAH is you got to understand this. You can be used to expose the devil. Okay? You will be and could be used sometimes in a drastic way you will least expect it. It's not easy being a soldier or something. Trust me. If you really think that you just can go out in the field, in the battlefield, and not go into the battlefield, you gotta understand this too. Let's use the dove bird as an example. It comes out, it flies around, it's innocent, smooth, you know. But remember, there's always something to try to cage something in. But then when it's let loose, you understand the cage that you was placed in. You know? When you're let loose, after being aware and starting to understand something, then you're going to know for a fact that you're just something flying around. Not only to help other people release themselves, okay, from the cage itself, you would guarantee, I guaranteed you'll see the cage then. See, one thing about evil spirits and evil people is that I have noticed. They think everything's a joke. It's funny. See, they think they love that. That's when you know that specific kind of spirit and light is around. Sometimes it comes through the elements of drugs, liquor, alcohol, or whatever. It's a gateway that gets through to you, distracts you, and it makes you hate your people around you. Make you think it's just about vanity and yourself. You know, it gets into young people too. But once you put your trust into the wrong thing, you gotta understand this. You may not know or understand that you're being used. You know? But those kind of people that you shouldn't be trusting, they come in packs. They all work together. They even use the physical behavior of human beings, you know, like this over-sexualized LG shit. Yeah. It makes even friends sleep together. You know, the same sex caliber. It makes them distort life and even deny life itself. There's so many sick people, you know, and then when you come outside into the real world, you start to understand why certain people, I'm sure that you were close to, behavior was the way it was. Right? Another way you got to be careful who you trust is at these times, because of financial, housing, shelter, whatever, people are lacking in. You got to understand this. People are going to start hovering around each other. Okay. Even if you never really seen them. Never seen them in a long time, but then all of a sudden, they popping up. And I learned this. Certain things come into your life to stop. Even if you're doing good and you be happy, or you smiling, you know, everything kind of going good to you. Something comes, and it can be in the form of anybody, to stop that. And if you're weak enough, you're too weak to not spot it or protect yourself from it, what it's going to do is build a nest of trouble. You done already gave energy and seeds to that egg. And whoever's around you is going to, they're going to fuel more problems for you. I don't care what you think that you have that's going to protect you. We all in the shell of a body, right? You gotta understand this. While you laughing and giggling, you socializing with the same people. You trust in so much. They kind of got you. They kind of have you already in the palm of their hand, right? Wow, it's raining out here today. They got you in the palm of their hand. While you thinking the little materialist shit that you have just for your shell and your inner. It's progress over LOVE at that, which is the most powerful thing in this world. Or you're not able to freely move around and walk around, then I feel for you personally, for people like that. You got to be real careful who you trust. And that's about as honest I can be. Not who you put your trust in, because you know what? This bullshit that we're all living in can distract even the most peaceful, is loving individual that you least suspect, that you think will never do anything that that's for you, will destroy you based off the most trust that you put in a specific person or people. There's even adults that move like children or young teenagers. I don't care, and I know it's a lot of good people out here that understand what I'm saying. I don't care how many years of college you had, how much you got in your bank account, how many over-sexualized behaviors that you have through your personal life. That don't make you greater or higher than no one. If you don't have no damn principle about the way you carry yourself or consideration for other normal people's life. These are the kind of people that majority of people out here trust in, these kinds of people. What in your right mind will sit around here and contribute to people harming other people and their children? What makes you contribute to people sitting around at a damn parade and dance around every damn time you turn around, either ass naked or out of normality that you contribute to? Why should people trust you and your folks the way you carrying yourself? Why should people trust you that's involved in this kind of shit around teaching their children. If people are willing to cut off the little bit of things that you need personally, why should people trust you? It gets to a point when people start messing with your livelihood and your peacefulness and your whole right being on this earth, and you think somebody's going to trust you. People even sometimes put their trust in a fucking associate so close to them that they're willing to constantly give themselves anxiety, depression, constant financial backup to follow the advice of other people. I never really in my fucking life understood why adults will take their time out to listen to another adult that's close to their age. And mix up their life. You got to be careful too how you trust too. Like I said, as far as your friends too, because you got to be careful. If a friend is giving you, or even voicing their opinion, or constantly in your personal matters or your personal business, that's somebody you got to really not trust. Because if they know in and everything about you, right? You got to be careful who you placing your trust the fuck in, because I mean it's too hectic out here. The way a person carry themselves, the way they speak to you, or do those things around you, because they know, people respect when a person respect themselves, they respect everybody around them. Everybody know that. But if you all of a sudden have respect for a person in the beginning, and then when you start dealing with your current associates, and you come back and you it's like a chameleon. When people switch and they change up, their whole trust that they have for you or love that they have for you, all of a sudden switch up, then that's when it's kind of like over. That's just what I see. I'm sorry, because no one should be stepping out of character, okay, when you're an adult for someone else, because you're either afraid to be yourself around the people that you grew up with. This is another thing that's crazy to me. But these are the people that have for y'all trust. Fucking crazy. It's like this. This is another thing that kills me too. Don't complain when people leave you in the middle of a disaster. You gotta be honest. Look at this shit from a different view. And this is what I'm kind of really referring to. If you sitting here and you trusting the same sources that you bitching about, and when they finish playing games with you and finish using you to fuck up and using the hell out your soul and your spirit and using whatever you got because they know you so well, and you down on your damn luck, you better learn to fend for yourself, protect yourself, and be prepared for anything, because that's when it all really truly comes out, is when you in the midst of problems, or you down on your luck, or you done passed out in the middle of the fucking street, or you ain't got nothing left, and then at that, these people know you in a certain position, but they turn around and they do something against you, but you still trusting in them. Stay to yourself out there. I'll tell you one thing. Even if you're in the street, the best thing to do is keep it cool. Act like ain't nothing wrong. Observe people. If you see them not living the way you should see people living, and they helping out each other and other people, but they always in some kind of mix up with beef, surrounded around natural things, then you better watch them people. Stay the fuck away from them. You better watch them. But it's really sad out here because even some smart children understand an adult should be an adult and have their own mind and have their own movements and not be ashamed of things that they want to do with their life, whether with anyone at that. If you're living like that, you're still young. I don't care how old you are. If you're embarrassed to speak and be real with the people and act the way you would really act in front of everybody, then something's wrong. Don't go around here claiming that you understand people that certain people ain't fully mentally developed. Their brain ain't in this specific order. They have what is it? They like to diagnose people with certain shit, right? Because you don't went to the same people that you trust to learn to get your so-called intelligence, but you so fucking smart that you go back to the dumbasses and depend on them. And then y'all drag certain people from the same shit elements that you done got your education from, and y'all all hang together, and you think you're in a fucking club and nobody can't stop you or nobody can't see you. No one else is spiritually inclined to see what you up to because you went to that bullshit. Half of you motherfuckers be working day and night to keep continuing and showing and proving that you trust in that shit. Fuck out of here. Yet I'm supposed to trust people like you. Oh man. Then you get I know a few individuals, and they're not in my circle no more, but they was, and they family members, and they put themselves amongst a certain trust that gets them benefits and shit like that, and they think that they higher than everybody, and they game down packing, they house in order, but the motherfuckers they got 3 or 4 wives and shit, right? But you so powerful and you so intelligent, but the same chicks that you dealing with and the women that you dealing with are just like you mentally, and they banging on your door to cuss you out while you living with your wife, your first wife, and shit like that. Who wants to be part of those kind of movements as a man? You ever heard of a soldier die once? You want to keep dying every time you turn around mentally over some shit because you carrying yourself in a certain manner. It's crazy. And this is what majority of people of the feminine aspect like they love that shit. You get those fools, same fools I'm talking about with these benefits that be sitting around in a different place and acting like they one place and they're in another country. And using you to do shit. These kind of people is not somebody trustworthy to be with. Trust me. Kind of goes back to the video I made the other day about if you got to put a sign or something over you to show something, to prove something, okay, that you are naturally supposed to be doing. That means you're not a sincere, honest person. Something you doing wrong that you know is fucking wrong, but you don't care. As long as you keep getting benefits from shit, you're gonna keep doing it. But you know, those kind of folks make strong people. You know what I'm saying? There's certain kind of people that they dislike. You know? Claim to have love for you, but they phony as shit. It's just like the Judas type thing. The Judas behavior. It's a Judas spirit that you can sense from people. They'll take them 10 bags of coins over you and won't give a shit as long as they keep the things that they have and get the little bonuses and trinkets for the shit that they have over you. Shit, please. Like I said earlier, I was supposed to finish this one, but people think because, let me tell you something, don't think because you financially fit and everything's okay with you for a little bit that you won't end up out there with the rest of people that's struggling. Because you stable right now, that you calm, everything good with you. When people get things or they got money, they boast. They boast a lot like a motherfucker, and they won't stop. Those be the same ones on their damn knees in tears when things fall down. Half of these people can't even take a flat tire. Take a flat tire, or they shirt rip and they trip and they fall out. They're ready to cuss you out because you know something that they lost at that specific time. They don't give a shit. People don't care. People got every answer, while trusting this shit. You got to be careful who you trust in your house. You got to be careful who you trust going to their house. I was even young when I learned this shit. When I got a friend of mine that I knew from school, that was it, but I barely knew who he was, come in my house and steal from me. Steal from you and then steal from your family and shit like that. And they can be, sometimes certain people can be, man, you done had third or fourth birthday when you was 4 years old, birthday with these same motherfuckers that end up changing on you later. But you get people that still trust in these people as if the planet, when the planet is just changing the way it is now, as if they still the same people. You're gonna get a lot of people that's gonna be 60 and 70 years old sitting taking pictures together that they didn't grew up with, right? And they had all these arguments together, but they still fucking hanging together, right? Even forms of disrespect. One done slept with each other's husbands and shit like that, or vice versa, and they still trust each other. They still trust each other. I think that's a sick ass relationship. You can love somebody from a distance, but when you fully trust them, and then you love them at the same time, and then at that majority, the way this fucking world going, they probably involved in some sexual shit together. Oh man, and people supposed to trust y'all for advice on how to live. Some people, you can know a person sometimes by that you don't really know, or you trying to figure out who a person is through other people. Just be quiet. Don't say nothing. Be polite, be nice. Give it time. And those people will eventually show you how they feel about you. Put your trust in God. Trust me. Put your trust in Yah. Don't. I'm trying to tell you, and this is the honest truth. You might have grew up with people. You might have been around, and neighbors with each other, and this and that. And if this is not going against people with sincere relationship and communication. If you somebody y'all went to each other's house and y'all ate together, but man, this person is not all up in your business, and this person's respecting you, and this person ain't doing things to you behind your back. Y'all both ain't dealing with evil shit together. You understand? Y'all making potions up and shit against people. Those type of people I'm talking about. I understand. I think you should, be friends. That's it. But there's a limitation to this shit. The way this shit is going nowadays. Please. And the children are an example of the person and the people that are supposed to be nourishing them. So how can majority of teenagers trust people in their own home if they can't put their trust in the Most High? That you can't. That's the only way you want to really get out of certain things and get away from certain kind of people, and you ain't gonna have too much problems. But if you trusting it and everything, I'm saying you gonna always have problems with your damn life. Okay, you're gonna lose a lot of good people, and you're gonna start walking into these other people, these lying ass people. There's too many liars. A liar is the worst thing in the world. They sit in your face and lie. They lie to you way before you even start dealing with them. They lie to you because sometimes they go along with that lie because they got to trust in somebody that's giving them advice. You know what I'm saying? Peace out.